Guys, we don't know what's going to happen now with the bull run. We're going to have a bull run, we're going to have a bear market, but I have something to kind of cool you off and get your mind out of things because I have a really cool game. I just finished playing, so I'm going to do like a quick game review of Chronoforge. And this is action RPG that has been on my radar for some time, and they have like open play, not weekend, but like 3 days. But I don't know if by the time I'm going to release this video, you're going to have exactly like 2 days or one day. It really depends also on my editor. And guys, but if you're excited for this one, smash the like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. All right, guys. So Chronoforge. Chronoforge is action RPG made by Minted Loot. Minted Loot is a small studio from Australia. They've managed to get their fans a successful NFT sale like 2 years ago, and they've been building constantly, delivering really cool updates. And now you have a open, not weekend, but like 3 days of open game where you can just jump in. Probably by the time I'm going to release this video, it's going to be like very soon closing, but there's going to be next opportunities. So if you're interested in the game, just jump into their Discord and check it out. Definitely, I'm just going to give you some gameplay. I've just finished playing a little bit. Actually, I had so much fun, especially if you have a team of friends that you can jump in because all those dungeons are PvE. And right now, basically, this is what's up. If you go to their white paper, they have also like really well written economy in the game. But right now, there's like only the dungeon crawler experience. But there's going to be also like overworld where you craft items, gather resources, have those all of the type of mini games, so like active, kind of action based, which is really cool. Also, this is an NFT game, so you have tradable assets, but the game is completely free to play. You can just play the game, normally have fun with friends without having any NFTs. So that's also very important. In terms of NFTs, guys, 2 years ago there was a sale. They did it very well, but by that time, and if you go right now, well, here's the thing. They pumped not that long ago. If you go to activity on their NFTs, like they were flying for around like 0.016 ETH not that long ago in August, and slowly they started actually even in September and in October they just like pumped, and I think they pumped like till 0.15 at some point, no pun intended. And now they are going around point 0.9, 0.09. But I would not ape in right now because like people are excited. 4% listed, 21% of unique owners. So there's a lot of people who hold multiple. That's why there's pretty big supply at this time. But all those NFTs generate Chronos. It's like an on-chain currency that will allow you later to buy stuff like land and other things. There's also a cool feature about land. It's coming in the future. Basically, lands allow you to tax players who like ride your lands. Everything that they are being rewarded, you kind of get a little bit off. So it's going to be a pretty powerful feature. You have many races here, and all those NFTs, like in terms of pixel art, I love it, and it was made with a lot of care. I love how those guys look. They're sweet. And you have like Nagas, elves, dogs, cats, birds, imps, a lot of races, and all of those races they have like different classes. If you go to class, there's like hunter, monk, thief, mech, mage, reaper, engineer, and all those guys. They're going to be slowly introduced in the game. Right now, I think there's like 6 or 7 classes, but all of them have their own unique skills. But okay, let's jump in the game. I'm gonna tell you basically everything I know about it. But regarding NFTs, if you like it, if you're gonna like the game, I would just like wait a little bit. Maybe the price would cool down because I think, you know, relation to unique owners and the percentage of listed, it could die slowly. So there's no point of, aping in right now. So guys, in terms of how easy it is to jump in, it's super easy. You have everything like sign, inventory, all the things like skills. Also, each of them, I think there's going to be like also items that will boost you up. You can see there's also inventory where you can put the different items on, which is super cool. Game is pretty fast paced. Those enemies are challenging. Sometimes they're really trying to do everything in their power to, you up, which is good. I love it. It doesn't feel like those enemies are like slagging behind and kind of like are mindless. They really want to kick your ass. Traps, also a few environmentals, which is really cool. In terms of the team composition, very important how you approach the dungeon. I feel that the more balanced party you have, the more chances you have to make this dungeon run complete. Rewards, this is a first open game session, so keep that in mind that things that you see here, it's not complete game yet. They still have a lot of development in front of them, but so far, from what I see and what they're presenting, I'm super impressed because honestly, I've been doing all this year and previous year, I've been playing so many games that are being released from Web3 games that are being released to for those first playtests. Many of them are not even close to Chronoforge. And Chronoforge is a game that not many people maybe heard of it because it's a game that basically started kind of like as an NFT game. So they didn't like that was not a really big studio, with funding stuff that you kind of want to hear now for those new players that are jumping in the Web3 space. But they had a successful, really successful NFT sale back in the previous bull market, and that gave them funding, and they completely did it in a good way. You can see like quality of this game is super good. Of course, graphics at this, time is I would say okay. I mean, it's not super great, but it's enough. For me, I totally love it. And I also love how those characters look like. There's going to be a lot of details. You can change your costumes and stuff like that. So I want to see this happening. But in terms of gameplay, I love it. As you can see, it's really fast and it's also very visible. You see what's going on the map. It's easy to control those characters. It's very intuitive. So super excited for this one. I hope there's going to be more released soon because I'm totally hyped. I want to play this game with my friends and kind of get into the habit of, collecting stuff. Um, so this is something that I did not have at all playing big time. And I'm not nagging big time now. So guys, please don't put this like against me or whatever. I'm just saying that in terms of how engaging this game is, like it's no comparison. But maybe because I like those type of games, maybe you like MMO RPGs a little bit more. But this is an action RPG, so it's kind of different at this point as well. Of course, guys, just so you know, I'm always like voting for those. I'm always rooting for those small studios. It's just who I am. I kind of don't like those big studios giving us the average crop. So Chronoforge was a really pleasant surprise for me. And as you can see, the game is really playable and I can tell you, runs smooth. And this is something you want to see in those first open alpha, open access games because it just gives you enough to have fun and like you can enjoy the game. You don't really have to pay attention into bugs. From time to time, of course, you can find out a bug or two, but like this is not something that I would be worried about here. I checked a lot of those games for the last 2 years, and sometimes you're gonna get like something that is coming out from the sewers, like barely. Oh, play me. You don't want to see this shit. Like you really feel when you test this game, it's how it should be. Like guys, roll for it. All right, guys. So to sum it up, I had crazy fun, especially if you dive in with friends. Those dungeons are pretty challenging and they're not repetitive because every time, well, the layout is similar. I mean, the map, but enemies and traps, everything like that is different. So the dungeons are very replayable. And what I really like, it's a kind of mix between Magica and the Gauntlet. Those types of game, if you have played it, I kind of see this as a mix of those both, two of those two. And what I really like is how much detail is put into all those classes and configurations of their skills. Because this is really, you have so many classes, so many races, and it kind of gives you a different edge in different situations, which is also very cool. So different type of parts, you can combine it in so many ways. Definitely, I love what the guys have built for those 2 years. And yeah, it's a small studio. They have not been slacking behind, and kind of want to see more. I'm especially curious about this overworld where you're going to be able to craft, mine, and play all those mini games like centered around economy. So, guys, definitely recommend you to jump in, smash the like button, subscribe, and see you next time.